This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, the banks are reporting that they made $66.8 billion in profits in Q4 of 2024. This is absolute nonsense. It is just creative accounting. They are in the red. This $66.8 billion that they allege they made does not include the trillions of dollars, 700 and something trillions, probably more, in derivatives that are naked. Okay, that doesn't account over $700 trillion in derivatives that are naked. Okay, they use this creative accounting to make it look like they're making money, when in reality, they are running a Ponzi scheme on the American people. And then, if you take this $66.8 billion in profit, and then you look at the hundreds of billions in shares sold, not yet purchased, they are down hundreds of billions of dollars, not counting the derivatives. Okay? These bad actors create these fantasy profits to make it look like they're doing well when they are not doing well. They are hanging on by their fingernails, and the FDIC is helping them hide the fraud. The FDIC is changing the rules where they are not going to report when the banks are in trouble. They're not going to report their assets. They're going to keep it in the dark because they're afraid of a run on the banks. If the banks are making so much profit, if they're up $66.8 billion, why would there be a run on the banks? Why would there be negative news about the banks that you would have to hide? What would you be afraid of if the banks were making $66.8 billion in profit in Q4 of 2024? You're afraid because you know there are no profits. You're afraid because you know that the shares sold not yet purchased is hundreds of billions of dollars more than the so-called profit. You're afraid because over 700 trillion in naked derivatives is also a major problem, and you know the banks are hanging on by their fingernails, and you're afraid to let the American people know how bad the banks are doing. So when these banks are reporting $66.8 billion in profits, they're not adding to the equation the trillions in naked derivatives, over 700 trillion in naked derivatives, and you're not taking into account the hundreds of billions of shares sold not yet purchased. The American financial system is one big Ponzi scheme, and everybody's in on it. The SEC, the DOJ, the FBI, the DTCC, FDIC, OCC, and nobody's doing anything to protect retail investors, to protect pension funds, and to protect institutions that follow the rules. All it takes is one little hiccup, one little loss of control, and the whole thing is going to implode, and taxpayers are going to end up holding the bag for these bad actors. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Why do you think the FDIC wants to hide the assets of the banks that are doing bad? You think it's to protect retail investors or to protect the banks so we don't see how bad they're really doing? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.